Welcome to Bite 3. In this module, we'll cover the impact that your eating decisions have on your overall health. How do you choose foods to eat to negate negative short and long-term effects of poor nutrition on your body? A special emphasis will be placed on body image and eating disorders and the impact that eating disorders have on short and long-term health. You will be expected to apply the rational decision-making skills model to choose foods for your meals. By the end of this module, you will understand how the decisions that you make regarding food will have on short and long-term effects on your body, particularly as they relate to body image factors and issues that arise from negative effects, including eating disorders. Let's look back from Bite 2. Some questions that you asked yourself as you logged your food last week. Number 1, what did you eat? Number 2, why did you eat what you did? Number 3, take a moment to think about your choices. How did your consumption or thinking change based on logging your food? And finally, what kind of trouble did you have deciding what to eat? Were there issues about what you had around you to eat? Were there issues about what others around you were eating? What kind of trouble did you have in making those choices? We all have trouble deciding the best food choices. It might be that you're out with your friends and healthy decisions are not seen around you. It might be that you are sitting around a table with family and healthy decisions are forced upon you. How do we decide what's best for us? For today's bite, we'll be exploring better decision making for eating. This includes using the DECIDE decision-making model, which can be used by anyone who's having trouble making any level of decisions. So let's get started. Based on what you completed for the Bite 2 homework, you'll be completing a reflection log using the DECIDE model. Let's look at the DECIDE model. The D stands for define. Define the decision that you made. What was the problem? How did you make those decisions about what you chose to put in your body? Why are you worrying about this? The E in DECIDE stands for explore. Explore your options. What are the different types of foods that you could eat? Are there any other things that you could try? C stands for consider. Consider the consequences. So, when considering what you ate last week based on reflecting on your log, what options did you have? Consider each consequence for choosing that option. What are the short and long-term implications of choosing the foods that you did? How will you feel after you choose the option? The I stands for identify. Identifying your values. Take time to figure out what is most important to you and what choices your values along with bringing you joy. Remember, immediate joy is not the same as short-term or long-term joy. This is the toughest step. When applying the I to your health, remember that immediate gratification from what you eat is not the same as short-term or long-term positive benefits on your health. This is the toughest step. Choosing a salad over French fries is often difficult. And the last one is decide. The D stands for decide and act. After reviewing your options, weighing them against your values, whether it was social benefits, whether it was based on taste or instant gratification in the food choices you make, weigh those options against the values. What were the short-term benefits? What were the long-term benefits? What were the short-term negatives versus the long-term? And finally, evaluate your decisions. That's E. After you have made your decision, take time to reflect on this decision. How did you choose how this impacted you? Would you do things differently, and why? And how would you change things for the future? Now that we've covered the DECIDE decision-making model, which, again, in recap, define, explore, consider the consequences, identify the values, and then decide and act, followed by evaluation of that decision. We're now going to look at some scenarios. These scenarios will allow you to discuss with someone around you how and what you would do and how these decisions would impact overall health. Scenario number 1. You are getting home from school and just feel famished. But there are only a few options to choose from in the cupboard: instant mac and cheese, apples, bananas, 3 candy bars, and a can of chunky soup. What do you do? Pause for this discussion. Question 2. You just had a fight with your best friend and you are heading to the store with your family to get some gas for the vehicle before tomorrow's trip. You have $10 and all you want to do is eat something. What do you do? Pause and discuss. Number 3. Everyone is telling you that you need to try this really awesome energy drink. It gives you wings, but it makes you really jittery and gives you this dizzy feeling when you drink it. You don't want to look bad if you don't drink it. What do you do? Pause and discuss. Finally, scenario 4. Your parents are not into eating healthy per se. They just want to make something convenient. On the other hand, you want to have more fruits and vegetables for dinner. What do you do? Pause and discuss. Okay, the scenarios have ended. What decisions did you and your partners make? How could you change your decision to make them even better? Take some time to reflect on your decisions in your reflective journal. Making decisions is difficult, but when you make decisions that you feel confident in acting upon, gives you some peace of mind. Weighing out possible options and which could be best, then acting on these, and most importantly, reflecting on that discussion, are the basis of the DECIDE decision-making model. In conclusion, next week we will be discussing media influence on our nutritional choices and completing our final capstone project. This week's objective is to log, reflect, and decide how to make healthy choices for your short-term and long-term health.